going non-stop, my spot, you caught a vibe, shooting shot.
Hi you guys, so I have been wanting to make this video for a while. This video is basically about the realities, the raw, uncut truth of being a nurse, and I just wanted to share with you guys my experiences that I've had as a nurse, because I feel like when I was in nursing school, the things that I'm going to talk to you about in this video, they weren't really talked about enough. When I was in nursing school, I had this like grass is greener mentality. Like I was just so focused on graduating and being done with nursing school and thinking that like once I become a nurse, everything gets better, which it does get better. With nursing, you will have your good and bad days, and there are some situations that you will experience as a nurse that might not have been talked about while you were in nursing school. So the first situation I want to talk about is short staffing. So unless you live in California, for the most part, you might be faced with short staffing on your job. So I can remember one day at my job, we were short staffed, and this had to have been one of the worst days. If anything that can go wrong, it went wrong on this day while we were short staffed. So I remember coming in, I was given a report on a baby, and the night nurse left labs over that should have been drawn on the baby during the night. She left them over for me to do, which I did not appreciate. I went to take my patient's IV out, and as I'm taking her IV out, her blood splatters on my chin. So of course I go and I wash my chin with soap and water, and I immediately go down to employee health, and everything is okay because I don't have any open sores on my chin, and I didn't get any of her blood in my mouth or anywhere else. I had a patient who needed 2 units of blood. I also had a patient who ended up hemorrhaging later on in the shifts. That day, everything just went wrong. Dealing with short staffing can be tough. I will say with my job, my manager has stepped in and she has worked the floor many times when we've been short. I appreciate her so much for that. Well, we all do on my floor. We appreciate her so much for that. We've hired new nurses for my floor. We'll also use float nurses. Float nurses, they'll take care of the moms, or they'll take care of our GYN patients. Sometimes other staff will come in extra, if they're not tired. The second topic I want to talk to you guys about that I've experienced, I would say nurse burnout. I think I experienced like a mild form of nurse burnout last year, which is one of the reasons that propelled me to apply for NP school, because I realized, hey, I can't be at the bedside, for the rest of my life. And that's okay, because I always knew that I did want to become an NP. Just certain situations that went on with my job really, made me realize like, hey, you need to get the ball rolling and apply for NP school. And I think one of the things that contributed to nurse burnout with me was the short staffing. So I would work my 3 days a week, and I would just be tired on my 4 days off. All I wanted to do was lay in bed, eat, and that's it. I didn't want to do anything else because my body was trying to recover from these 3 tough days at work. I don't experience nurse burnout anymore now that I'm PRN. So with working PRN, I'm only working 1 to 2 days a week. It doesn't take as much of a toll on my body. I can even remember after some of my hard shifts how I would be trying to sleep and I can just hear the call like going off in my head. I know some nurses have experienced that before. The third topic I want to talk about is bullying. So once I got out of orientation and was on my own taking care of patients, I started to notice that with the admissions, so on my unit we have a list of the nurses and who gets the first admission, who gets the second admission, who gets the third admission. So in my first year as a nurse, I noticed that I was always getting placed for first admission, and I did not like that at all. I thought it was completely unfair. So one day I got tired of it and I stood up for myself. I said, I am not taking the first admission. Anytime I'm here, I always have to take first admission. If there's a problem with that, we can go to the manager and we can show her the paperwork that shows that anytime I'm here, I'm taking first admission. And I don't want to take first admission anymore because that's not fair. It should be rotated and it should also be fair. So after that day, things got better, because I spoke up for myself. I wasn't always placed to get first admission. And now that I've been a nurse for 3 years, whenever I'm the charge nurse, I definitely make sure that the newer nurses don't get first admission. admission, because I did not like when that was done to me, and I don't want anybody else to have that experience. So usually with our admissions now, we just do it based on whoever has the less patient, they'll get, you know, the first admission, or if everybody has the same number of patients, whoever has like the most discharges, they'll get first admission. I did know of a bullying situation where a nurse was bullied during her orientation, and you know, she switched preceptors and things still didn't get better, so she ended up leaving the hospital and she was able to find another job at another hospital. Bullying is very serious. My advice when it comes to bullying is always, you know, speak up for yourself, stand your ground, you know, follow the chain of command, let your manager know. If they aren't helping, you know, go to your director. If director isn't helping, you know, go to HR, and just follow it up the chain of command. If you're experiencing bullying, document what's going on so that there's a record of what's being done to you. I saw an article on Facebook a couple days ago where a nurse actually committed suicide because of bullying in the workplace. So this is very serious. Bullying should not be tolerated in the workplace at all. Which moves on to my next topic of difficult doctors. Now, I've only had a run-in with one difficult doctor, and with this doctor, I pretty much just stand my ground. I don't allow or tolerate any type of disrespect from doctors, because if I'm being respectful to you, then you should not be disrespectful towards me. So in dealing with difficult doctors, you know, I stand my ground, speak up for myself. If need be, I'll let my manager know what's going on, and then my manager will talk to the doctor. The last situation that you might face as a nurse is workplace violence. And what I mean by workplace violence is, I mean violence at the hand of your patient. So I have been threatened by a patient before. So it was a drug mom. She didn't want us to collect meconium on her baby. So usually when we're collecting meconium on baby, which is a baby's poop, we're looking to see if there's any drugs in the baby's poop from if mom was using drugs during pregnancy. So I had the patient tell me, you know, you're not going to take my baby's meconium. I will hit you if you take my baby's meconium. And I told her, ma'am, you're not going to put your hands on me. And I left out of the room. I ended up calling the doctors and just letting them know, like, hey, she's having a problem with us taking the baby's meconium. Can you guys come up and talk to her? But in that moment, I should have let my manager know what was going on, so that my manager could have came and talked to the patient and let her know that any threats or any abuse of any kind from patients to nurses is not tolerated. And you know, I've read stories online, you know, where it's been pretty bad. Like, I think the last story I read about was a nurse who was choked unconscious by her patient, and you know, the patient wasn't arrested or anything. You know, he was allowed to stay in the hospital, and you know, her other co-workers had to take care of the patient. So that definitely created an unsafe environment. I do not regret becoming a nurse. I love my job. I love taking care of my moms and babies. My co-workers, they keep my head above water. They're like my family. You know, I wouldn't trade being a nurse for anything. And also, you know, with me becoming a nurse practitioner, you know, even though I faced these things as a nurse, you know, becoming a nurse practitioner will have its good and bad days, and will come with its own set of challenges. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you guys have experienced any of the topics that I talked about in this video, please let us know down below, and let us know how you've dealt with them. So I'm giving away 2 items. So the first item is just a $40 Visa gift card, just in time for the holidays. The second item in my giveaway is something that medical students, nursing students, physicians, nurse practitioners, this tool is perfect for you. This is from Nurse Medical Things on Etsy. So I'll provide a screenshot of their store right here. I will also leave a link to their Etsy store down below. And if you guys are interested in this product, you guys can also get 10% off of the product. I will leave my coupon code down below. This tool is transparent, so all you have to do is just line your 12-lead EKG strip under it, and this just helps interpret everything easier and more efficient. I can remember being in nursing school, and during med-surg, during our cardiac lecture, we had to interpret EKG strips, and I had so much trouble reading rhythms, and I remember purchasing like a $40 workbook off of Amazon to help me interpret rhythm strip, but it didn't help me at all, and I struggled interpreting EKG strips in nursing school. So this tool will definitely make it easier, and it's only $10, and then you guys are getting 10% off with my coupon code, so it's a steal. So one of my subbies will be getting the transparent 12-lead EKG reader sheet and also a $40 Visa gift card. It literally has everything you need on this transparent piece of paper, and it just makes it super easy to have it at your fingertips. The winner will be announced Sunday, November 25th. You have to be subscribed to me on YouTube, you have to follow me on Instagram, and you also have to leave a comment down below of a video topic that you want me to film. I will announce the winner on my Instagram. The winner has 24 hours to respond. I will definitely have more giveaways after this. I'm definitely gonna have a huge giveaway once I reach 5,000 subbies. So thank you guys so much for your support. Oh, also leave me your Instagram name down below once you enter the giveaway, just so I can know what Instagram names to enter, and that's how I'll contact the winner.